Ciao, it's Poppin' Pumpkin Heads, your boy, Sweet Lou, back again with broad updates. Um, I think we're back to normal after doing an awful lot of pest management. I've been keeping a tally. I think I got over 50, maybe even over 60 adult squash bugs. Um, most of them I squished with my fingers, but recently I've been keeping a cup full of, I'm gonna get you right in there, a cup full of soap water out here, a little drowning tub, so I can drown them, which is less messy. Um, I have a bunch I can see right now over on the concrete that are squished, and the ants seem to like them. Um, but I've been out here a couple times today and once yesterday, and I haven't found any adults. So I think we're past the crisis point. So now it's just about management, doing a full check every once in a while to make sure I get the eggs. But there is one ongoing issue with Watley that I'm not sure what to do about it. It's a yellowed vine, so you kind of have to see it in context. This is the left hand secondary over there, which is great, and then it's number two down here, which is okay. But over the other side, we have a really scraggly guy. So let's go over and look at him. I've started keeping a little Gorilla Tape out here in order to catch any eggs when I see them, and then I fold it up to cover to like smother the eggs, and then I crush them with my fingers like bubble wrap. So I don't always have to go run to the garage for more Gorilla Tape. Okay, here's the vine in question. It tipped over like that because it doesn't have any tertiaries to sort of keep it upright, and all of its little grabbers that would have kept it upright are dried to a crisp. So the whole thing can sort of be lifted up and dropped and sort of moved around without much. So now this is where I found a majority of the bugs on this plant. And what I think happened is that this kind of rot, you hear that? This kind of rot is the result of Anassa wilt. The squash bug Latin name is Anassa tristis, and so when you get this sort of grayish, dried crispiness, that's Anassa wilt. It's not a bacteria like I thought. It's a mechanical intervention. They've got little piercing and sucking proboscises like mosquitoes, and so they go and they find a vein and they tap it and they slurp it. But that interrupts the flow of xylem and phloem out to the leaves, and so they die like that. So it's sucking their blood out, and then they die from lack of blood. There is also a virus called yellow vine, which makes me wonder if this is the beginning of yellow vine. But there's some characteristic kind of uniform yellowing that I haven't seen yet. So it makes me think that's just a mouse. So I'm on the horns of a dilemma here, which is oh, look at this guy. This guy needs to go. No grasshoppers in here, please. Oh, should I track him down while he's stunned and squish him? Yeah, let's do that real quick. Pest control. A big grasshopper like that can do a lot of damage. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, there he is. There he is. Got him. Oh, got him. Let's see. There he is. Okay. Mechanically squished. No drowning tub for him. I also found out that these guys fly. Squash bugs fly. They're really clumsy bad flyers, so once they get to a plant, they sort of walk around and move slowly and hide behind leaves. but they get between plants, or when they first wake up from the winter to a plant, they'll fly there. So I did find one bug who was just sort of like on the netting, looking down, going, "Oh, it's a big plant, I'm gonna go eat it." And I squished him right in his like eureka moment. But anyway, this vine, it's possible that it's just had too much pest stress and it will no longer do well. This is getting worse each day. It's really yellow. There was another big leaf there that is just nothing. That should be the biggest leaf on the vine, and it's nothing. So I don't have any hope for this really, but it might still be getting photosynthesis through this middle leaf. Do I cut it off is the question. Do I cut this vine off? Will the plant be better or worse for it? On the pro sides of cutting it off, if there's a virus, it might not spread. If it is yellow vine, though, they said there's nothing you can do to save the plant. So I think if it's yellow vine, it's going to take down the whole plant eventually. They said usually about 15 days before harvest on the fruit, the whole plant kind of dies. If it's just bug damage, which I have evidence that it is because I found a ton of bugs out here and they really got to work on it, it has a benefit of staying here and continuing to be bug bait. It's easy for me to pick up and manipulate and find anything that might show up on it. So I might, leave it here as the first thing I check when I'm looking for bugs. But we might actually be past the bug crisis. But it's also gross, and I kind of want to get rid of it just because it makes me feel like the plant is bad or dying or something, or it might be wasting. I don't know. It just makes me sad to look at. So, but if I cut it, that's like causing damage to the plants, and it may let some ambient bacteria in, which maybe I could reduce with some like some salve or petroleum jelly or Purell or something like that. I don't know. I've been going back and forth on it for a few days. If it continues to get worse, I think I will just cut it. And then where do I cut it? If I do cut it, maybe down here or something. Yeah, I don't see any evidence that this will grow any tertiaries. But I just don't know. Yeah. I don't want to hurt it more. And I don't think I'll be able to stop the spread of a virus if it is a virus, which I don't think it is. But, yeah, it just looks bad. Anyways, that's what I've been circling on for the last few days. Otherwise, it's getting nice and peaceful out here. And I come out in the evenings, and instead of just hunting for bugs and getting all irritated and grossed out by catching them and destroying them, I get to actually have some peace. But let's go visit. Oh, no. We'll just make this about Watley today. What a handsome guy, right? Look how big he is. Oh, maybe you can't tell. He's pretty big. Definitely bigger than either of the pumpkins from last year already. I was hoping for 75 pounds this year, and I've still got at least a couple more weeks of growing. I think he'll hit 75 pounds. But last year, I think I still had good growing weeks left when I trimmed it, so I might just let this go until the vines all die back and they just give their last ounce of strength. I started to change my fertilization to step up the nitrogen to get them dark as the sun starts to get past solstice and get lower and less sun. I want to step up the nitrogen so they really bloat up and dump as much as they can into them, and maybe even grow a little bit more. They kind of stopped growing, the vines, as soon as they had a good fruit on. If I had known what I do now about the bugs, I might have let it go 2 more weeks before getting the fruit going, but then it probably would have died when we were on vacation. So anyways, that's it. Let's check in, Pumpkinheads. It's sort of a long rambling one, so Thanks for sticking with me. 10 minutes. All right, bye-bye.